So hello YouTube, and I know that it is quite popular to make a review of collection of or state of watch collection on YouTube, Um and I decided to make my own video. I arranged my six pieces from left to right. First one is coolest watch, and after that second, third, and so on. Here you can see all model numbers if you are interested in purchasing some of those watches. And now I briefly will go through those pieces. I have to note that I started watch collecting around 5 years ago, and my first piece was a regular Orient chronograph. It's this watch. After that, I purchased Orient, but mechanical, with mechanical movement. And after that, I purchased four Seikos, so went crazy on the Japanese watches. So let's start with the first watch, which I consider to be the coolest in my collection. Um, and this watch is so cool because of its versatility. So I can wear it both casually and in dressy scenarios. Let's switch to wrist shot. So here is the wrist shot, and you can see that it has a very beautiful silhouette. It's quite similar to Grand Seiko design, but it is its own thing. It have beautiful signed crown with S logo and a quite nice bracelet. Let's switch to the next one. Second watch is quite recent release from Presage line. It's considered as a higher end line, but it uses quite a simple movement, 4R movement, the same as the previous watch and the same as the next watch which I'm going to show you. This watch for me is used for dressy scenarios because it is quite glossy and have a beautiful leather strap, but it's also oftentimes used for casual scenarios. And here is the wrist shot of this watch. As you can see, it looks black on a certain light, but if we get some other angle, we can see a really beautiful green sunburst dial. And it's almost fully polished, and level of polishing is absolutely fantastic. And no signed crown is just polished. The next watch is almost a clone of a previous watch, just it have black dial, and it have satinized bezel, not high polished bezel. And it looks a bit more classic. It looks more like a classical field watch or pilot's watch, but green version look more dressy. Here you can see those face to face. And here is the wrist shot. To match this brutalist aesthetics, I use a beautiful NATO strap from company Infantry, and it costs just $5. Beautiful watch overall. I use them for more casual scenarios. Now let's look at only dress watch, and it is Orient Esteem. Old version without hacking, without hand winding, just a basic Orient movement. Nothing fancy, but look at the opened heart. I suppose it's fantastic to look at it, if camera will focus, you would be able to see it. Really beautiful, really enjoyable to look at this action. And I use collar wrap strap, quite beautiful thing from Italia, because original strap was quite crappy. Oh, here is the wrist shot of this watch. You can see that it is quite big dress watch. It's 41 millimeters and 22 millimeter lug, so quite massive and have quite big profile. But I suppose it looks fantastic. Also, beautiful buckle. I do not wear those watches very often because I have 3 superior Seiko watches, but sometimes it's very enjoyable to use it. And the last 2 watches is Orient chronograph, just regular quartz, and my latest purchased. I went quite crazy and purchased another Seiko Kinetic, with a huge discount. It was only $80 approximately. So those watches are clear beaters. I do not wear them often at work, but I use them for beach, for kind of vacations, different activities which do not, which are not very dressy, and where I do not need a lot of presents. So let's finalize the review. You can feel free to say what do you think about collection, what probably should be sold, and what should be added. I consider to buy a newest Seiko Monster. I like a blue version, not green one, because I already have a green watch, this one. And only thing that stops me from buying newest Seiko Monster is a price. Price is around $600. I suppose for a regular Seiko beater diver it's a bit too much, but please correct me if you think that this price is reasonable and it is okay to purchase Seiko Monster for this price. Thanks a lot for attention, and let's meet in the next videos. Bye.